Let me just say, Michael Jordan's always been about Michael Jordan. He's always been about selling shoes. He's the greatest basketball player ever, remarkably petty and small considering how great he was. And he is the greatest basketball player of all time. Magic and LeBron are close. I'm not disputing that. But cigar aficionado, Jordan smokes 6 cigars a day. That's what the magazine said. Good luck for that. That's a lot of cigars. I don't smoke that many a year. And he was talking about this super team era in the NBA. Oh, the super team era. By the way, Jordan's doing this to protect his brand. My years in the league were much better. Jordan says, quote, you're going to have 1 or 2 teams that are going to be great, and the under 28 teams are going to be garbage, or they're going to have a tough time surviving in the business environment. Translation, the Warriors and the Cavs are just too dominant. It's just no good, and everybody else is garbage, and a bunch of teams are just surviving. Oh, that's interesting because, again, let's do a little research. Let's go back to 1998, Michael Jordan's years. The bottom of the league had 5 teams under 20 wins. The Nuggets had 11. Raptors 16, Clippers 17, Warriors, Grizz 19. Absolutely horrific. Not a single NBA team at the bottom of the league this year had under 20 wins. Brooklyn was bad, yes. But the Lakers and Sixers are at least interesting because they have stockpiled young players. The league was far worse, far less garbagey, far less competitive in Jordan's era at the bottom. By the way, Jordan's criticism is you're going to have 1 or 2 great teams. Well, when Jordan played, were the Knicks great or the Pacers or the Sonics team? The same criticisms you have of the NBA now, Michael, are the exact same during your era, where you had a dominating preseason favorite, Warriors and MJ's Bulls, that's going to win 60-plus annually, Warriors and Bulls, often facing greater competition in their own conference than the finals, Warriors and MJ's Bulls, never going to a Game 7 in the finals, Warriors, Bulls, probably likely for the Warriors. And oh, by the way, I've got the Sports Illustrated cover to prove it, a media claiming this dominance wasn't good for the NBA. By the way, in 6 years of Michael Jordan titles, MJ only played 2 Game 7s in any playoff series. Michael Jordan is saying this to reduce the current NBA, to make it seem small and uncompetitive, to protect his brand. In the NBA, fact, the bottom of the league was far worse than it is today, far worse than it is today. The worst team, Brooklyn, by the way, made a ton of moves this offseason and probably gets closer to 25 and 30 wins, and they're the worst team in the NBA. And the top of the NBA had about 7 good teams. Go to the over-unders in Vegas. I did this morning. You got about 8 teams suspected to get 46 wins or more, just like Jordan's era and just like MJ's era. There was one team, the Warriors now and MJ's Bulls, that went into every season as a ridiculous, overwhelming finals favorite. But the league was great then and apparently terrible now. It's MJ once again protecting his brand.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd, or go watch a few segments from the newest show on FS1, First Things First, with Chris Carter and Nick Wright.